Hello everybody, Mannix here. Got another little knife review for you right here, right now. But first, feel free to subscribe, hit that little bell notification if you do not want to miss weekly knife and gun videos. This is going to be on a neck knife, the Cold Steel Mini Tack in the Tonto blade. But before we reveal the goods here, let's just get the specs out of the way real quick. Blade length on here is 3.75 inches. The handle material, 3 inches, making the overall length of the knife 6.75 inches. It has what they call the Secure X sheath, which to my knowledge is some form of FRN. The handle material is Grivex, and the blade is AUS 8A with a bead blasted finish. Their website says the weight is 2.7 ounces. Everything you're seeing right here is what the knife comes with. It comes with this little bead chain, or whatever you call these things. Cheap, simple, but effective. Works just fine. Never had any issues with it breaking or anything like that. Detaches with that piece right there. You can align it to any of these rings however you want. This is the current orientation I have it in. This just works the best for me. It hangs relatively balanced like that. But there's many different ways you can orient it in. And here we are. Very simple and very affordable. These retail at, as of early mid-2024, $51.99, but in the aftermarket, you can get these for around the $30 range. Very broad blade here for the amount of knife we're getting here overall. It's very slim, very thin, very low profile, other than the blade. It's a very big, wide, stout, long blade we have on here, actually. But the rest of the knife is very low profile, and it can really lock your hand in, which I feel like all neck knives should, generally speaking. Big old massive, wide, oversized finger choils. You can really take advantage of those right there. This one obviously is a lot larger than that one, but it's very comfortable, very simple. It looks like a G10, but it's not. It's Grivex. It's just in a G10-like pattern. You can argue it's kind of like a faux G10. Feels a lot like G10. A lot of people may believe it's G10. It actually feels and looks a lot like it, but it's going to be significantly cheaper, a little bit lighter. Feels just like it too. It's actually, this is a great pattern. I'm surprised we don't see more patterns like this on Grivex or FRN handles out there, because G10, although I like G10, it doesn't last forever. The texturing on G10 softens with use. FRN does not soften nearly as quickly. It's basically permanent, at least in comparison to G10. AUS 8A blade on here, very good, middle of the road. Blade still very affordable, decent rust resistance, good edge retention, gets hella sharp. The way Cold Steel does their sharpening and their heat treatment, it is top tier. It is extremely sharp, just like all their knives are. Very wide jimping right here, but it actually works pretty well. You can really lock your thumb in there. Full tang, as you can see right there, and then we lose some weight right here because of the holes. And again, big old broad, wide, stout blade. Huge fan of that. I love Tonto blades. They're good for impact cutting, good for gouging, twisting, prying, just doing a lot of really hard work. We just have a very strong tip, strong upper portion of the blade just by its geometry alone. Great stabbing, great piercing blade. And then that secondary tip is good for EDC tasks, tip rips, slices. I think Tonto blades are actually great blades. Some people think the Americanized Tonto, like this one's a gimmick. I completely disagree. They certainly have their uses. Not saying they're better than all the other blade styles. What I'm saying is I like them. I think they're useful. No problems with the sheath whatsoever. Slides in very easily. Very nice positive snap on this. We have a little thumb ramp right here, which is nice and rounded. Best way to extract this, if there were pressure being put on here, I found out is to use your middle finger and ring finger right here. It's a little bit of an awkward position because the choil is blocked a bit by the sheath itself. You just got to get a good grip on it, which is slightly tricky to do because it is very slim, but you got to try to take advantage of that texturing on the side handle scales right there. Push upward with your thumb, and out it pops. It pops out very easily. I just found out you have to grab it in this position. I used to grab it down here, which would make me wind up in that position. But really all I have to do to remedy that is go up one finger. That's the only disadvantage I can really think of with this neck knife in comparison to the handful of other neck knives I've used. This one does not have the most secure grip immediately out of the sheath. Once you pop it open, you have to put your index finger in place, lock it in. Then it's extremely secure once you're in this position. But getting to that position is somewhat of an issue in comparison to other neck knives. Usually with most neck knives, as soon as you grip it out of the sheath, all of your fingers are already in the exact grip the knife is supposed to be in, or as it's intended to be in. This one, you just got to do a little bit of extra work. But the advantage to this one is that you have such a massive blade. Let's just weigh it. They're saying 2.7 ounces. I'm assuming they're just talking about the knife, not the sheath. Let's find out. 2.67 ounces. Yep, so just about there. And with the sheath and the chain it comes with here, let's see where we are at. 4.56, so about 4.5 ounces. This will weigh you down. Not too bad at all. Yeah, about 30 bucks. You get a big old slab of AUS 8A steel with a great heat treatment. Be blasted. Yeah, just keep it oiled. I love the handle material and the texturing. Actually, really like that. I wish we'd see more of this pattern on other Grivex, Grivery, FRN, Zytel, Zyx, whatever you want to call it, GFN. It feels just like G10, and then you don't have to deal with it softening up on you. It's lighter. It's more permanent than G10. I wish we'd just see this on more knives. Honestly, I don't know why we don't, but it is what it is. It's actually very nice. Very cool. There's not really a whole lot else to say about that. It's very simple and very effective. So you just want a good, solid, affordable neck knife. You don't mind the whole deal with the extraction out of the sheath. You think you can get used to that pretty quickly, which you could. There's a lot of versatility here. You can carry it in a lot of different ways because you have a lot of options right there. Go for it. It's an excellent neck knife to have, says me. So there you have it. That is the Cold Steel Mini Tack in the Tonto. Thank you so much for watching. Do you have this knife? What do you think of it? Do you have this knife in a different blade configuration? Are you a neck knife guy? Do you not like neck knives? Why? Please let me know in the comments down below. Always interesting to read what you guys have to say, and I always learn something from you. Mannix out.